What is a leader without a shadow? What is a king without a crown? In 1789, the world watched a miracle. A new nation was born, but it had no blueprint. It had two men. One, a silent giant, the other, a restless mind. They were called the President and the Vice President. But behind the titles lay a question that could have destroyed the American experiment before it even began. Everyone thinks the first presidency was a triumph of friendship. The terrifying truth: it was a struggle for the soul of a nation. How do two suns share a single sky? George Washington. He was the sword. He didn't speak often. He didn't have to. His presence was the glue that held 13 fractured colonies together. But standing in his shadow was John Adams, the pen, the orator, the man who actually nominated Washington to lead the Continental Army years before. Now, Adams was relegated to a role he privately called the most insignificant office that ever the invention of man contrived. Washington lived in a house of silence. Adams lived in a house of words. Adams wanted to be consulted. He wanted to lead, but Washington kept him at a distance. The vice presidency wasn't a partnership. It was a cage. Tension began to simmer in the hallways of Philadelphia. A whisper in the dark. Who is truly in charge? The world was on fire. France was screaming for revolution. Britain was waiting to strike. Inside the cabinet, total war had broken out. Hamilton versus Jefferson. Washington was the referee. And Adams was the ghost in the Senate. He broke ties. He argued. He grew bitter. He felt Washington was a theatrical figure. Washington felt Adams was too irascible. The debt was mounting. The people were rioting. The Whiskey Rebellion turned the frontier into a battlefield. Washington rode out to face them. Adams stayed behind. The gap between them wasn't just physical. It was philosophical. One man was the symbol of the state. The other was the harsh reality of its flaws. Then, the bombshell. 1796. Washington does the unthinkable. He walks away. He gives up power. The great man becomes a private citizen. And the burden falls on Adams. Adams steps into a room built for a giant. The shoes do not fit. The cabinet remains loyal to Washington, not him. The shadow of the general looms over every desk. Every decision. Adams is alone. He faces the XYZ affair. He faces the threat of war with France. He signs the Alien and Sedition Acts a mistake, a stain. He is losing the nation, and he realizes he was never the sun. He was the moon, reflecting a light that had already set. 4:45 to 6 o'clock. The Message B. Washington died in 1799. Adams died on July 4, 1826, the exact same day as Thomas Jefferson. But what did they leave us? Not just a government. They left us the precedent, the idea that a man is not a nation, that the office is greater than the ego. They didn't have to like each other. They just had to love the country more than their own pride. History is a wave. It washes away the men, but it leaves the shore they built. Ride the wave. This is ChronosWave. Follow for more.